Hello, I'm Tony.
I'm Louie.
And this is Talking During the Movie. Love it. We are excited to be back with you after a long summer to do our next
A lousy
Talking During the
summer.
Movie. It's been a lousy summer, it has.
I mean,
I haven't been that excited about anything, but we are excited to bring you this today, Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel's latest... and
Disney Marvel.
Disney Marvel, one of the ones that like Disney has like fully owned this time, and it's obscure. Most people haven't heard of this. They've heard of like Spider-Man, and now almost everyone's heard of the Avengers. But this is one of their smaller franchises that they're really hoping will take off, and it's had a great weekend. It really has done well.
I just think that this is a perfect storm of, a franchise that's not that well known, so there's not the expectations that are that high.
Mm-hmm.
A star right on the way up, exactly the way he should be with the lead.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt,
He's
absolutely.
been having a great couple years.
A lousy summer where there's this horrible void, and then the fact that they made a really good movie that hits such a bullseye tone
It
of how
does.
many people will like this movie, which is just about, not to be too effusive, but just about everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about this movie. There really is, and I think it hits kind of that same tone as the Avengers, where it's really going to do well. Probably more than it should.
Well, what's interesting about it is that they really lowballed it. I mean, up to 6 weeks ago, their expectations about this were still like, oh, okay.
Well, they spent a ton of money on it.
Well, in the last 6 weeks, man, they pedaled to the metal those dollars, which means somebody thought, okay, this is good. This is really good. So
Let's give it the polish.
we're all in on this.
Yeah.
But I think people were skeptical until Comic-Con.
I was skeptical until recently. And
I was
then
as
It
well.
was getting a lot of good buzz, and I'm like, all right. Because I really wasn't sold on the previews. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. I bet, the comic book people are freaking out. But I only know just a little bit of the comic books.
Well, that's what's so great with this. It's very hard, and the Avengers did it to hit the sweet spot between pleasing the fanboys,
Yes.
pleasing a regular audience, pleasing serious moviegoers, pleasing people that really might not want to see it at all. It really,
If you're going to
all
spend,
over the place.
what was it, $170 million, you have got to cast a wide net. And I think this did a really good job. It's got humor, it's got the action, it's actually got some well-developed characters, more than this type of movie normally has.
Now, there's a lot of people that are saying already that this is going to be the Star Wars for this generation. Do you think that's too much hype? Or?
Yes, I hate it when they say that, because Star Wars was a unique phenomenon. And I don't think this is going to be the next Star Wars. It had better be something huge like Harry Potter.
See, now I think that this is going to this has got that Frozen buzz of like...
It's got Frozen, where it's got more hype than probably it should, I think.
No,
Yeah.
you were so hard on this.
Don't
because-
get me wrong, it is a good movie. I like this movie, but I think it's going to do better probably than it should.
What does that mean? What do you mean that it deserves to? What do you mean?
It's like, for instance, Transformers 2 made a ton of money.
Right.
It's a terrible movie.
This is not.
This is not. This is a good movie, and it should make some money.
It's an
and it should
excellent
make a lot
movie.
of money.
It's an excellent, excellent, excellent movie.
It was very well done, yes.
I think it's the best one of these movies since the Avengers.
Yes.
Well, that's
I would
pretty
agree with
damn good.
But I still think the Avengers probably made more money than it should. $1 billion? I don't know if it should have made $1 billion.
Well, what should it have made? It would have made you comfortable.
Around 600.
Oh, okay.
I would have been happy with that.
Anyway, well, pardon people for like attaching on and loving it. I mean, it's about
No.
the Frozen. I mean,
If you like what you like.
Look, I think that Tangled is a better movie than Frozen, but I am enjoying the fact that this has swept up a whole generation and a culture, and sort of it's rather than begrudge it, I'm like, okay, well done, and I think this is kind of the same thing. I think this is a juggernaut
movie. I just think that would be my take on it.
I think it's going to have stronger legs than you think. I really do.
Well, it's apparently having strong legs, and a lot of people thought, like you said, they were lowballing this.
We'll know the second weekend a lot, but I think that
It's going to have a lot of return. I think people are going to go back and see this because there's a lot.
I've seen it
going
twice
on
already.
There, see.
Now, what about the thing? What about the swearing?
Oh, I don't mind that.
There's been a lot of talk about that, though, amongst parents. There's been a lot of talk about, and I think...
Well, parents know what you're getting into. Don't just take it, it's a comic book movie, and take the little ones. No, you got to know what you're getting into.
But on the other hand, you get the S word 3 times, which I say the
I
S
wasn't
word
counting.
because I don't like it. Well, the second time I decided to count because I heard all this, my good friend Paul mentioned that he thought that the language was a little rough for his 9-year-old.
It's PG-13.
And
It's not PG-9.
So I went, I know, it's there, but I think it is so calculated. There's a masturbation joke.
Mm-hmm.
And it is there. You know that meetings were taken about this joke. Are we going
Yes.
to have it in? Are we not going to have it in?
Right.
A huge fight happened. And somebody said, no, we're going to have the masturbation joke. We're going to have 3 uses of the S word. Damn is used twice. They fake out a goddamn once.
Mm-hmm.
And they fake out a what the, and they stop there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the use of the word dick a couple of times. That's
Yes.
it. I
Right.
counted. This is what you get.
Yeah.
It's just that that S word happens during strongly declarative moments in the
Mhm.
film, like the climactic speech before the third act
Right.
ends with to prove that we.
And I think it's meant to be, you know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. And it does have that kind of locker room humor to it.
It's
And
meant to be
that's what
cool
kind of
to
distinguishes
11-year-olds too, and I think it works.
Yeah.
Whether it should or not, I think it works.
Yeah, it's supposed to meant to that high school kind of mentality, you know? Because that's who's reading the comic books.
It was better the second time.
Even better the second time.
For
I've only
me,
seen it once.
because you know the first time you're like, okay, but there's a lot coming at you.
Yeah.
The second time I was able to just enjoy the ride, enjoy the performances more, and
It
the
is a bit of a
performances
ride.
are good, and the
Oh, they're
script
really
is. I think the script is wittier than the Avengers script,
It is. It's meant to have a lot of comedy. There's a lot of really good comedy in here. Not just, you
but
know...
not patronizing like sometimes like
It's not forced.
in some of the superhero movies where there's a little wink and nods and
Yeah.
you know it's oh I hear it's not
And there's not a lot of kicks in the crotch, you know?
it's not right. It's not patronizing. There's not.
It comes from the characters. And they create that humor amongst themselves. And I thought it was very well done. The raccoon is hysterical.
And that good mileage, because a lot of times those CGI characters just come off sort of
Oh, it's
annoying.
great CGI.
But it's wonderful. You actually care about that little raccoon thing.
Well, that's what I was
Funny
going to
thing
say,
about
is
it,
that
yeah,
a lot of these movies, they shortchange the motivation. They shortchange their backstory, so you don't really care too much about it. I think X-Men suffered from that. There were so many, they didn't have time to go into why are these characters here and what are they doing. But at least for the 5 main characters, they give you more than you would expect in this type of movie. And so everyone has their own background and their own motivations. It's
Without
explained
too
well and
much.
they show it. Not
You
too
would have
much.
too much.
But they give you more than you expect.
We don't
and
have to
that's
hear
thank
how each one of them got their superpowers,
No.
or or what planet they
Yeah.
came from, which is good. I don't let's just roll with it. I
They
don't-
give you more than you
enough,
expect.
enough.
And it works. The on the opposite side, I thought the villain was just, here is your villain, and I thought he was more costume than badass.
You know, the second time I saw it, I got a little more from that. I got a little more of the humor out of it because there is so much coming at you. But I know what you're saying. They didn't over.
Yeah, because to me the best villains are ones that don't realize they are villains. They have their own motivations, they have their own goals, and they just happen to be willing to take anyone out who gets in their way.
But it rolls in at 2 hours and 1 minute,
Mm-hmm.
and that is refreshing.
Yes.
It is just long enough.
You don't need 2 hours and 45 minutes like the latest Transformers, where it feels like it's 3 hours.
It's just long enough. It's
Yeah.
just crisp enough. Bam, bam, bam.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you what the new bumper sticker is going to be. What the thing is, we're all going to get so sick of hearing.
What's that?
I am Groot.
Yeah, that's a new catchphrase, absolutely.
It's going to be everywhere, and it's going to be interesting to see how it filters into pop culture. But again, how much mileage did Vin Diesel get out of those words?
Apparently he had to record it like 1,000 times, all the different nuances. And I'm like, well, good for you for picking up a paycheck for saying 3 words for an entire movie.
You know, I was really underwhelmed, even though I like everybody involved
Mm-hmm.
in the Captain America movies, the last Thor movie. I thought they were really competently made movies.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the last Spider-Man movie.
But
An incredibly competent made movie that I just really could have done without. I mean, it's like hitting a drum
They
the
don't
same
get you
beat.
involved. They don't get you involved.
Bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam. Just
Yeah.
hit me. Where this was more like a really clever. I'm gushing about it. I think I cannot imagine a kid under 17 not adoring this movie.
There's a lot to like. Yeah, and again, I think it's that kind of 14 to 17 is like one of their target audiences. This is the stuff they read, this is the stuff they like, and it's a really good translation. And they've set it up perfectly for the sequel. Absolutely. And I think that...
Basically, it says there will be a sequel.
Yeah, to be continued.
Yeah, we're having a sequel.
Yes, James Bond will return.
Now, what about, without naming it, what about the Easter egg at the end?
I don't know what that's about. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to give too much away. But I hope it's not what I think it is.
No, I understand there is a connection. There has always been a connection.
Well, it's from Marvel. I mean, so it's still in that universe, but a lot of people have a lot of strong feelings about that.
Well, there you go. So we're just teasing you about. You got to stay.
You'll have to stay for that.
You need to
stay for these classic Marvel tags at the very, very end of the credits.
But I say that this is of this dreadful summer. Dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this movie, the Planet of the Apes film,
Planet of the Apes is great.
was a really, really good entry.
Yes. Yes, a wonderful sequel. Go see it if you haven't.
And I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed Jump Street 22, 22 Jump Street. And other than that, there's been a couple little independent movies here and there. Begin Again was kind of a neat movie.
I saw it once, so
it's once.
I don't need to see it again.
Well, it is kind of the same thing. But other than that, I mean, it's been rank, man. It's been a really just rank summer.
I haven't been excited about anything. I forced myself to see a couple movies, but I'm like, I can't get excited about anything.
I saw almost all of them.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of really, movies made by committee kind of thing. It was really sort of
like there was a process, like what would make a good summer movie, and they still managed to miss.
I drew the line. You'll be proud of me. I did not go see The Purge 2.
I am very proud of it.
I said
I haven't seen The Purge 1, but
I'm done with brutality as entertainment this summer.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and there's still more coming out. I don't need that. That's not for me. Maybe you like that, but I don't like that.
Okay, real fast about previews. Okay, how about the Into the Woods preview that makes it look like it's not a musical?
I think that's on purpose.
I know. You think?
And they're cutting a lot out, apparently.
And they're hiding the fact, kind of, that Johnny Depp is even in it and hiding even more that he may sing.
He sang in Sweeney Todd. Everybody knows about that. And he did a great job.
I don't think so. And not only that, but the new I think they're going to do it 4 times in a row. Man, Disney's on a roll. I wish they're... The audience went crazy for the new Disney animated film that's coming out that takes place in San Francisco in the future.
Like this
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. That's the name of it.
I mean, they went crazy for it.
Really? They didn't go that crazy for it.
When I saw it, they did.
But it
twice,
to
both
me,
times.
It sounds like Guardians of the Galaxy, for 15-year-olds.
Meets Wall-E.
Meets Wall-E. Yeah.
I think it looks really good, and this would be 4 in a row of like, okay, you kind of made Pixar look like, okay, come on.
Now, what do you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to sit this summer out because they weren't ready.
We'll see. All right.
Go see this.
Go see Guardians of the Galaxy. We both highly recommend it.
Before people make too big a deal about it, it's not the second coming. It's just a really, really good comic book movie.
Yeah, and you don't take the little ones. 13 and up. Listen, pay attention to the ratings, people. That's all I'm asking. Pay attention to the ratings.
I think anybody over 8 is going to be fine, really.
I'm just saying. That's why they have the PG parental guidance.
Just hope that they don't know anything about Jackson Pollock, because then you'll have some explaining to do.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for watching once again. We hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. I am Tony.
I'm Louie.
And thank you for watching.